a dream I know. Deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Hello reality viewers, welcome back again to Reality Latest Gist, the home of news and politics. For this channel, we dey drop news every day and we dey react to every videos wey comes our way. And na reality news now we dey drop for this channel, and we dey also dey talk am as e be. If today na the first time we say you dey come across this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, I appreciate all of una for una massive support to this channel. I say may God bless all of una in Jesus name. Amen. I get video wey I want present to una this very moment, and I go dey follow una dey watch the video. After we don watch am together, make we drop our opinion constructively for the comment section. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
We want this particular broadcast to go to everybody in Biafra land. You are going to know what we need to do to free Nnamdi, in addition to every other thing everybody have done. You will not understand what we have come to do today. The trumpet of freedom and the trumpet of redemption. Those of you watching from YouTube or those of you watching from Facebook, we are going to switch to the Enter Biafra as normal exposition we are going to do today. This particular broadcast is very, very important because we are going to review what we Biafrans should do to release Nnamdi and why we have to do it. For the very first time, I am going to make exposition telling you what we need to do for Nnamdi to be released and why we have to do it. It does not matter what you think, but what I'm about to tell you this evening is the only thing that will make the political solution to work. I am telling you before God and man, the only thing that will make the political solution to work is what I have come to do this evening. So those of you watching from Facebook, we are going to switch over, so you have to join us on the other side. Thank you. Welcome to the program. For those of you who are surprised and have been reading meanings, translating and interpreting the report from the routine visit of our legal counsel, our legal team, and each time message come after the visit of Onyendu, everything you do is you target Simon Ekpa. What is going to shock many of you is when Onyendu finally come out. A lot of you will be shocked because what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger and bigger than you. Let me say this is not the first time This is not the first DOS. There have been a lot of DOS before. So when Nnamdi Kanu will come out, what you don't know is bigger than you. A lot is going on. But we are not going to go into that. Today, I said after that yesterday also, we are moving fast with speed. We are moving with speed. And then, what I want to do today is that I have to use video, because anything we do, we come practical. Even though I didn't announce this particular broadcast as such, I was supposed to be live since 7 p.m. Biafra time, but time did not permit me. So we are going to go straight to the point. Remember that some people were saying that Nnamdi Kanu need to be pardoned and all that. And let me say it again today, we are not looking for pardon. We are not looking for Nnamdi Kanu to be pardoned, okay? We are looking for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. So those illiterate that are thinking that we need Nnamdi Kanu need pardon, Nnamdi Kanu don't need pardon. You can only pardon somebody according to the Nigeria context when the person is convicted or so. So we are not talking about pardon, but we are talking about unconditional release. It can be anything, can be amnesty, can be anything. So we are not looking and agitating for Nnamdi Kanu to be pardoned. It is not about pardon. So those of you who are using the word pardon should desist from using word pardon. We are not looking for pardon. Now, I am going to bring a video of Malami, and I want everybody to listen to this particular video of Malami. And then there is something, I don't want this particular broadcast to take long. I want our broadcast these days will be very punctual, like straight to point. Bah! We don't have time for stories. You know that I am very busy with my campaign. Our campaign is not all this kind of campaign you do in Nigeria. So very soon, my official campaign flag off will start, and you are going to be seeing posts and posters everywhere of me, both in the street, both everywhere. You are going to be seeing my posters for those who live around here. All right. So we are going straight. When we talk about the prescription of bandit, calling bandit terrorist, I told you people that it was a wrong thing. I said what the Nigerian ought to do is to proscribe Fulani herdsmen, Mayete Allah Kotal Hore, or whatever they call them. These are Makban. These are the people that are the terrorists. And from that particular Mayete Allah, you have the herdsmen, you have the terrorists, you have the bandit, you have whatever, depending on the crime a particular group choose to commit. So you don't go and call a crime, criminal, a terrorist, because banditry is different from terrorism. Banditry is different from terrorism. That is why Oyibo people call it bandit, okay? And so you cannot proscribe bandit. I told you people that when you proscribe bandit, it means that everybody that is armed robber is a terrorist. What it means is that if you go and become armed robber, you are already a terrorist. And that is I don't know what to call it. It's a misplaced priority or so, but it was a very wrong thing to do. But the only reason why they did it, that way is to also cheat you, is to protect the main terrorists under which these bandits are operating. So now, instead of the Nigeria government to proscribe Mayete Allah, they now proscribe the crime of one of the crimes of Mayete Allah, which is banditry. So they cheat you. And every time you say Fulani don't have brain, every time you say Fulani don't know anything. But look at the way they are using the brains of 200 million people in Nigeria, including those who call themselves professor of law. The vice president of Nigeria is a professor of law. But look at how Fulani use their brain. How can you, as a professor of law, you allow the government to proscribe banditry? Banditry. Banditry is a name of a crime. Banditry is a name of a crime. And bandit is the person that commits the crime of banditry. Okay? Do you understand? Bandit is the name of a person that commits the crime of banditry. So they come, but then the person that is committing the crime of banditry is being shielded by an organization called Mayete Allah. And they sponsor them, they protect them, they shield them, they give them all manner of protection, including arm them. So if you want to proscribe the people, you go to the root and not the person, or not the name of the crime. Now I'm going to tell you now how difficult it is to differentiate who is a bandit and who have committed the banditry, and how can you say the person is a terrorist. I want you to watch by yourself. Even the Attorney General of Nigeria cannot differentiate or cannot explain how to know when person is a terrorist as a bandit. Now I want you to listen to him, because this is the issue I raised. You know, our own is that when something happens, we don't just come to talk. When something happens, we say it the way it is, and then later on, we will have something to defend and, vindicate us. We will always have a reason for our opinion and what we say to be vindicated. And I have come today. You can imagine since I said that thing, since I was explaining the issue of, proscribing a bandit was a scam, a bandit was a scam. You know, when I said it, today I have come because anything I say, anything I do, one day God will bring the same person who did that thing. He will say something I will use to judge him and vindicate myself. Now I want you to watch this.
The police have the information.
Everybody had the information, and then the necessary publication of the Gazette will follow. Will come up very soon, associated with the judgment. Effective, simplicity, and inherently it's all right, without necessarily awaiting the gazetting process. But the gazetting process is part of the process associated with formality of it. So in effect, with the pronouncement of the court, the incidence of effect associated with the judgment has taken automatic effect.
So they are to be treated like terrorists now.
No doubt about that.
And the military have that information, the police have the information.
Everybody had the information, and then the necessary publication of the Gazette will follow. Will come up very soon. So everybody is on notice, and the formations are accordingly notified.
Look at that, Attorney General. Look at that.
Which group falls under that category? How do you?
This is where the problem lies. Which group falls under that category? You can't proscribe a crime and call a crime a terrorist.
Identify them.
Well, identification of bandits first and foremost is the fact that they bear arms, and bearing arms, they constitute an forced challenge to the national security.
Okay, so one of the how to identify them is bearing arms. You see, armed robber, you are already a terrorist in Nigeria. That is when a nomadic man become Attorney General. This is the mess you see.
Inclusive of the security of the Nigerian citizens. So bearing arms is a component of it. And
bearing arms is a component of it. In quest to protect the interest of Mayete Allah, because the only people that they're supposed to have proscribed is the group called Mayete Allah, which now breed these terrorists.
Then perhaps using the arms to now cause havoc, to now kind of force security challenge to the national territorial integrity of the nation, among others.
Because you see the bandits involving in kidnapping, involving in cattle rustling, involving in invasion, involving in so many nefarious activities. So there are segments of them who do not kidnap. There are segments of them who do not do cattle rustling. So the question is, how do you, for the security operatives, are there guidelines on how to identify them, or anybody that is seen as bandits is prosecuted or is treated in the arms way?
A country of 200 million people, professors everywhere. Look at what is going on. In just because they want to protect the main terrorist. Look at what is going on. When this thing happened, I raised the alarm. I corrected Malami. I try as much as possible to correct Malami, but what are the job of the so-called media warriors? Their job should have, when we make something very important, they should be sharing it for public awareness. They don't share it. They don't share it. But let us post something that someone else's name is Njoko. You will see it everywhere. That is the job, assignment. The assignment we should have as people fighting for Biafra is the assignment of exposing Nigeria. When this kind of thing happened, I came out, we make it public to put pressure to correct them that the people that they need to proscribe are the Meyete Allah, not bandit. I defined bandit. I differentiated the bandit and the banditry and terrorist, and urge this man to do work. And the thing that is paining me is that you have professor of laws in Nigeria, like everybody is a PhD holder, everybody, and nobody were able to come out openly and say, but how can you prescribe bandit? Nobody can talk, even if they know. Nobody can come out and say, how can you prescribe banditry? Now, to explain how to differentiate that banditry as a terrorist now, it become a problem. How to identify a bandit to be as a terrorist become a problem. Now, it becomes a problem because it doesn't make sense. But do you know, Fulani will turn any clock anti-clockwise to protect their own people. And that is what they have done here. So, and the point is that it does not matter what he answers. You don't have a say. You should be worried. This is the Nigeria we are fighting to live. Now, I want you to listen to how he was blabbing. Because what he prescribed, he know he cannot even defend it. I want you to watch.
In the use of arms and force, and perhaps forcing a security challenge, you understand, with a view to perpetrate kidnapping, insurgency, and associated are the major components of it. So bearing arms, making life miserable for the Nigerian citizens, in the circumstances where you are posing a challenge to the national security of the nation, constitute a serious threat to the well-being of the nation.
And that is terrorism.
And it has to be checked, and it is in line with that the court had made pronouncement, and then be guided by the pronouncement of the court accordingly.
They are always kidnapping here and there. If they kidnap, what is the policy of the federal government on issues of negotiation for ransom or to release Nigeria?
If you kidnap using force, using arms, you have qualified as a terrorist.
If you kidnap, you see, I said it. Did you hear him? If you kidnap using force, using arm, you have become a terrorist. So what? Oh my God. Have you seen what happened? You see, I was the first person to raise alarm that these people are committing all manner of scam only to protect Meyete Allah. Okay? I told you that what they prescribe is the name of crime, banditry. Today he is telling you, if you kidnap somebody using force, you have become a terrorist. Only in Nigeria will kidnapping turn to be a terrorist or terrorism? When you kidnap somebody, you are already committed terrorism in Nigeria because they are struggling to protect the people that are actually terrorists. That is what is going on. So the Mayete Allah, sponsored by the federal government, the group, they are the terrorists. Now, within them, you have the banditry, the people that commit bandit and all that. They don't want to proscribe them. They want to proscribe one of their crime, which is called banditry. I raise this alarm. No Nigeria is talking. No Nigeria is talking. Nobody. Nobody is talking. Look at how Attorney General is struggling to defend the proscription of bandit. I have never heard anything like that. It is very absurd that in Nigeria, this is why you can, if you study in Nigeria, your paper is zero. Your paper is zero. Look at what Fulani is doing to you, subjecting you to international disgrace. If you say you come from Nigeria and study in Nigeria, they will subject you to aptitude tests, even as a professor. Go to any university in the United Kingdom as a professor from Nigeria, they subject you to another test because of this nincompoop here. How can you come as Attorney General of a federation? You cannot define terrorism. Chai, we know that there is no universally accepted definition of terrorism per se, but then United States set example. That is the definition, the intent to commit and whatever. But how can you? Because what Nigeria did is to change the name of bandit from the English word to become terrorist. Or so and then the name of the crime of bandit is banditry. So they changed banditry to terrorism. I'm telling you that is what happened. Go and say it anywhere. What Nigeria did is to change the English word of bandit to terrorist and banditry to terrorism. That is what they did. So they just changed the English name of bandit to terrorist. Do you understand? So they changed the crime name to terrorist, and then banditry is now terrorism. And they say if you kidnap, you have become a terrorist. So they also changed the name according to, of course, the content. What constitute the terrorist will now be kidnapping. So if you are a kidnapper in Nigeria, you are a terrorist. So they have just changed Fulani, nomadic Fulani, who didn't qualify to become Attorney General of anywhere, is now changing English, the name of crime in English, to terrorism. Banditry is now terrorism. Bandit is now terrorist. Do you get me? Now, the crime of bandit, now, he wants to explain what constitutes banditry. He said, kidnapping with force, you have committed terrorism. I did not say it, but I saw this from the day one, and I raised that alarm. And the post is still there. Today, he has come to explain. He cannot explain. He cannot defend it. He can't. How can you defend something like that? You can't defend it. But you know what is amazing there? Everybody kept mute. Nobody is talking. Nobody is talking now. Do you not have a senior advocate of Nigeria here? The human right, this one there, the human right, that one there. Everybody was clapping. Oh, they have proscribed bandit. Wow. And they even raised the motion at the floor of National Assembly. The senators were debating. You must proscribe bandit. You must make bandit terrorists. Hey! These people were defending this particular motion to make bandit terror. And you know what they did? Who know whether it is somebody from their people did it? So, do you know what they did? Fulani pretended as if, they don't like it. They were muscling small. And they know that if they proscribe bandit, what it concern them? The terrorist, which is the Mayete Allah, is still there. Okay? So, did it stop them from going to meeting in Aso Rock? No. So the Fulani, the terrorist group is still there. But if they have proscribed Mayete Allah, that Mayete Allah prescription will stop the bandit, will stop the herdsmen who carry AK-47, will stop the terrorists themselves, will stop the criminals themselves, will stop also kidnappers, because they are the one committing all these crimes under McBan. Now, what do? They prescribe the name of the crime. So when they say bandit is now terrorism, the banditry they will now change from banditry to land grabbing. With the same gun they used to do the banditry, it becomes land grabbing. Okay? Are you telling me that when you go to a village and kill the entire village, are you committing banditry? The answer is no. No. The answer is no now. You are not committing bandit. You are not a bandit now. Bandit is only those who kidnap and commit crime to get economic gain. That is the simple definition of bandit. Okay? You want to commit crime, kidnap somebody to make economic gain. That is banditry. So when you come to a community, kill them and go. You are not a bandit. What are you? You are a terrorist, but who? Under who? Do you have a name like bandit? Is bandit the name of your organization? No. Okay? So what is your organization? Now, the question I want to ask you, when they were proscribing IPOB, did they proscribe agitators? Did they say, because what you just heard now, what happened now is just like between IPOB and agitator. So the government of Nigeria proscribed agitators, but not IPOB. I am telling you. But all agitators, mostly the agitators are agitating under IPOB. So they leave IPOB and proscribe agitator. No, I'm telling you. That is what happened. You don't know. I can even break it down to elementary level for you to understand me. What I'm saying is that what the Nigerian government did is that people were shouting, oh, IPOB is a terrorist, IPOB the terrorists, proscribe them. And then another person come out and say, no. The agitators are the terrorists. The people agitating are the terrorists. And then the Nigerian government go to court. And then they say, okay, Biafra agitators are proscribed as now terrorists and not IPOB. I am telling you, that is exactly what they have done. But is IPOB a terrorist organization? The answer is no. Every freedom fighting movement, some state will want to proscribe them. It can't work. Self-determination is not a crime anywhere in the world. So what did they do? They proscribe the crime of the people and leave the group that is actually sponsoring the people to commit the crime. So when you want to proscribe organization, you don't proscribe the people that are committing the act, or you don't proscribe the act they are committing. Rather, you proscribe the people that sponsor them to commit the act. So in this case now, who is supposed to be proscribed? McBan. Under this McBan, all the terrorists in Central Africa come to Nigeria to operate. So when you proscribe McBan, it means that everybody who is under them is a terrorist. That is what it means. So that when they come to Nigeria, we will hold them responsible. But that is not happening. Let us listen to him.
dictates and determination of the judicial decision handed down by the court, and then you are indeed, as you are accordingly, you have come within the purview and ambit of the Terrorism Act, and then you will be accordingly and decisively dealt with accordingly.
Chai.
How do you place Boko Haram?
Boko Haram has been proscribed long before now, and they have been declared terrorists, and that is the more reason why they are promptly being engaged by the military in terms of ensuring their elimination.
You see, I want you to understand the brain these people made here. Now, what is Boko Haram? Boko Haram is a name of the group that commit terror. So Boko Haram, a terrorist, is not a name of the crime, but they commit terrorism under the name of Boko Haram. Do you know? I don't know whether you people understand what I'm saying. Boko Haram is a group, the name of their group, what they represent. Okay? So that group and what they represent is called Boko Haram. Now, when they want to proscribe Boko Haram, they did not go and proscribe Sheku or what Sheku and the activity of Sheku. Okay? They proscribed the group. So in this particular bandit now, bandit is a name of a crime. It is a name of person who commit a certain crime. Now, banditry is the name of crime. So what the Fulani did now in Nigeria is world record. They have changed the name of a crime of banditry to terrorism. And they say kidnapping is also a terrorism. Kidnapping is not, once you kidnap, you committing a terrorism act. Now, I want you people to understand, but you have been cheated though. They have cheated you. And the senators from the southern Nigeria, actually, most of them went to school and they were in the floor of the Senate when this thing was being debated. Instead of somebody to rise up and say, but you can't prescribe a crime already existing as a name, which is banditry. But banditry is a name, in its English name of a crime. So Fulani circumventing the law, they manipulated everybody and succeeded in changing the crime of banditry to terrorism. That is what has happened in Nigeria. I will continue to educate you people. Now, we are going forward.
In line and in tune with the international best practices. And what the bandits have succeeded in doing now is to have themselves accommodated within that context of what has been prevailing in the way and manner the Boko Haram were being dealt with.
But you wonder that the federal government is giving amnesty to some repentant Boko Haram. So tomorrow, if the bandits who have been declared terrorists to decide to say they are repentant, would the federal government also?
Well, amnesty is a different thing altogether, and it's not inherent.
Hi.
You understand?
No, I don't understand.
The terrorism.
How can I understand?
So amnesty is indeed, it stands on its own. It is in no way automatically built into the banditry and associated terrorism declaration process.
This is somebody who will sit down and build case against Nnamdi. Hey, Arumbel. That is why they even charge Nnamdi of insulting Buhari.
So the question is that anyone who is a bandit is that window of being repentant open. Is the federal government looking in that respect?
Well, no decision has been taken in that direction, but one decision that has been taken is the declaration of bandits,
changing the name,
terrorists, and they'll be accordingly dealt with for now.
Okay.
The idea of window or no window has not been, it's not an issue that has been discussed, deliberated, and agreed upon. As far as we are concerned,
yes, look at the hand.
Declared terrorists, and they will be accordingly, decisively and ruthlessly dealt with accordingly.
Chai, he cannot defend it. He can't. It is not possible to defend it. Even the most brilliant lawyers, nobody can come and defend that you have changed the name of a crime to terrorism and terrorist, and then you want to publicly defend it. It doesn't, proscribing the character, but not the person. Thank you very much, I said. Maybe this is a more better explanation. Proscribing the character of the person, but not the person. More explanation. That is more, I think this is more breaking down. So, apart from the fact that he is not even qualified to be what he is today, but because of the nomadic Nigeria Fulanization, he become what he is. He can't. The most brilliant person can't defend it. How can you defend that? It is not. But do you know what is shocking me? Everybody kept quiet. People did not even, people pretended that there is nothing happening. But then, let me tell you, when this thing is going to haunt Nigerians, Nigeria continue to be a country. It's coming. But they are not concerned now. No. Everybody is busy looking for money. Everybody is busy, we are doing something. They are Nigerians. And the time it is going to haunt them is coming. Not now. That time you will say, but the time they prescribe this thing. No, I don't care. Fulani use cow meat and the voodoo to, cover everybody. So hypnotize everybody. Everybody is I don't care spirit. I don't care what is going on. What they want, let them do. And this thing is happening, nobody's talking. Tomorrow, when the repercussion and this thing begin to happen, you will be surprised. What is happening? When did this happen? So I want you to watch and listen. But I raised the alarm during that time.
What is the update on the Justice Mary Odili house invasion?
I'm not interested in this one. Let us go to 50.
In place a syndicate that have engaged themselves in an organized crime.
About Sheikh Gumi. How do you see Sheikh Gumi?
Sheikh Gumi officially, to me, as an official matter, I will not be in a position to. We have procured a court order in consideration of what he is doing. Operational principles.
Leaders in the Southeast met with President Buhari to go. Some leaders in the Southeast met with President Buhari at the villa, and some of the question was to whether or not Nnamdi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, might be accorded some kind of amnesty or might be pardoned in the case that was taken to court. Is your office thinking in that regard? Have you spoken to the president of the possibility?
Well, pardon is a function of conviction in the Nigerian context, and as far as I know, Nnamdi has not been convicted yet. So the idea of pardoning him is premature. Against the background of the fact that he has not yet been trials associated with him have not been concluded. But
I agree on that. I completely agree on that. And that is why we are not talking about pardoning. So those who are talking about pardoning, we are not talking about pardoning Nnamdi Kanu. The provision of the Constitution is very clear. The Attorney General, by the power vested on him, can discontinue the case against Nnamdi Kanu for public interest. It's very easy. So nobody is talking about pardon. But of course, the sheikh who asked question about pardon. So the pardon was not the right question to ask. But of course, he answered very well. So this one, he passed. I give him a pass mark. But there is something I want to tell you now from this video. This is where we are going to free our leader. For those who are still with Nnamdi Kanu, because a lot of them are already disappointing him. For those who are, these particular brokers are making today should go to everybody in Biafra land, because these are the people that will make things happen. If you want Nnamdi Kanu to be released on this particular political solution, I want you to listen from now what I'm about to do. Pay attention.
One thing that I can tell you clearly that he is studying trial, and the trials continue as at today.
So there is no possibility of a political or out-of-court solution?
I am not ruling out any possibility, but that is not immediately on table.
Did you hear that? That is not immediately on table. I am not ruling out any political whatever, but that is not immediately on the table. Now, if that is not immediately on the table, what then did the president say? Because for the fact that the leaders of the Southeast visited the president and the president acknowledged their request and say, I will look into it. It is already in the table. I am telling you. So, in practice, it is already on the table. So Malami cannot come here and tell us that that is not in the table. It is already in the table. That is why the question was asked. So what he should be talking is that probably, okay, we are still watching and we are still doing, but he can't come and rule out that it is not on the table. It is already on the table. On the table, that was the reason why the president received the Southeast leaders. That was the reason the president gave comment, make his comment that he is going to look into it. So it is on the table. Why would the Malami come? I want you people to understand, first of all, that Buhari is not in charge. The man they call Buhari is not in charge. The people that are in charge of the government of Nigeria is the Malami you see here. The people that are ruling Nigeria is this man you see here and other people. Okay? So when this man come here to say it is not on the table yet, he should raise a concern to everybody. It should be a thing of concern. Because as far as we are concerned, as far as our elders has visited Aso Rock, as far as the president has given his consent that he has received them, it is already at that point on the table. So why would this man now come here and tell you that as far as he's concerned, that is not yet on the table? Okay, now, after just telling you this, I want us to go now to know what is going to be done to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freed. I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm about to do. Pay attention.
Is it possible?
I cannot tell you with precision.
Okay.
Do you think that could be a solution to douse the tension in the region?
I have not assessed the security implication of that.
Okay, you see, now the Constitution of Nigeria say that Malami have the right to discontinue the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for public interest. Okay? Now, Femi is asking him, do you think that could be the solution to those detention in the region? I want you to pay attention. For the Nigeria law say, Malami have the right to discontinue Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case for public interest. Now, Femi is asking him, do you think releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on political solution will dose the tension? So Femi believe that because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is already tension in the region. Now, Malami is telling him, Malami, have not assessed the tension, the security situation in the region to warrant him to consider releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for public interest. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Malami will have to, first of all, assess the security information or the security situation, the tension. Shehu, not Femi, thank you very much for the correction. You know all these names, I don't just pronounce anyhow. So sorry about that. Shehu, not Femi. So I correct that. Thank you for the correction, Nnamdi, David. So Shehu asks, will that dose the tension in the region? Now, this Malami said, I have not assessed the security situation in the region to know whether I will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for public interest. So these Biafrans, I want you people to understand that for Nnamdi Kanu to be released on political solution, there must be a tension that could affect public interest. Now, we are not talking about violent, okay? That is where this particular civil disobedience should come in, because they have to assess the situation. Whether Nnamdi Kanu want it. It is now about what? That is where I am loggerhead with the DOS. So everybody saying Shehu, yes, Shehu have been corrected, not Femi. Shehu, that is where I am at loggerhead, because for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, we must make the cost of keeping him very, very high than the cost of releasing him. Okay? That is not to say we are going into violent. No. But we must continue to intensify the civil disobedience so that it will create a very high tension in the region for this man and his people to now assess the situation of the region and calculate and do check and balance. Do we continue to keep this man or do we release him for the public interest? So when they have succeeded in suppressing that public interest that the arrest or the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu should have created in the region, what do they have to lose? Nothing. Do you understand me? What the DOS have done now is to help the Nigerian government. So there is no tension anymore. So which means, according to the Nigerian government, Nnamdi Kanu has become worthless. It has become worthless. And it is the DOS. Nnamdi Kanu has become worthless. So he needs to watch something, which is civil disobedience. Pressure, creating the tension that is needed so that this man, when he faced with this kind of question, he will not say, I have not assessed the situation of that region to know whether I am going to release Nnamdi Kanu as enshrined in the Constitution for public interest. They have just, the DOS have sold out because they don't need Nnamdi Kanu to know this. They don't. They ought to have known this one. That for because the situation of 2017 is not the situation of 2021. The situation of 2015 is not the situation of 2021. That is why you need people with mental toughness to make things happen. We don't need to carry AK-47. We don't need to carry gun. Nnamdi Kanu have laid foundation of how how they can free him. Before Nnamdi Kanu get abducted in Kenya, he have already built foundation how he should be released. The DOS rubbished everything. Now tell me, if what is happening now, if everybody is relaxed, nothing is happening. They say power from above, power from this, power from that, and every day we are hearing our leader being tortured and all that. How do you think this man is going to release Nnamdi Kanu? Never. Never. Because it has become so cheap. Nnamdi Kanu has become so cheap to these people. And remember what I say for those who will say, oh, you want to call us terrorists. How? That is because of illiteracy. Illiteracy will make the people in DOS to say civil disobedience will make you become a terrorist. Actually, they have already proscribed you. In Nigeria Constitution, in Nigeria, they see you as terrorist even when the world know you are not a terrorist. In fact, for the fact that you were proscribed a terrorist, the entire Biafra ought to have risen up to kick against the proscription of IPOB. But that is something that I will do, or I will propose when Mazi Nnamdi cannot come out. And that is if it is not inclusive in this particular political solution. Because when IPOB was proscribed, the entire Biafra that supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ought to have risen up to make sure that we make the life miserable to the people or to the government and the governors that facilitated the proscription of IPOB. That did not happen. But like I said, it is what I'm going to propose to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and when he come out, and I know exactly what to say to him, how we can do it. Because by now, they ought to have even removed the proscription of IPOB. Because the action was not taken. So now, if this man is telling you, I have not assessed the security situation to know whether I will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on public interest, how do you think your move for political solution will happen? It is never going to happen. It is never going to happen. So I am calling on every Biafran. I am calling on every Biafran that the only thing we are going to do to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is we need, you can see when you see comment here, you see some people say, Simon Ekpa criminal. Anytime we are talking about how to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is the people that DOS are paying money to. They will come to our program, and when you talk, they tell you they are DSS agent. Okay? Right? Because you don't know them. Because you don't know them. Now, if they tell you that most of the people commenting here are DSS agent, what about the broadcasters that you know? So what it implies is that the broadcasters who are also attacking us, even when we are making broadcast for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are also working for the DSS. You understand what I'm saying? Because each time this kind of people come here to comment, they see that I am making a broadcast about how to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They come here sent by the people that bought a recharge card for them. They come here and begin to comment criminal, 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 instead of listening to how we can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then when you talk to them, somebody will say, these people are DSS agents. They are using fake account. They are using fake this. They come to distract you. Now, the question you should be asking those people telling you that is, what about the non-broadcasters who are doing the same thing? Are they also the DSS agent? Okay? No, this is a question I want to leave, this evening for everybody. When they tell you that, ask them, what about the non-broadcasters? Are they also DSS agent? Now, we are talking something different. We are talking about how to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have come to say, you are a criminal, you are this. And then when you talk, when you try to address the comment, some of people will say, okay, wait, all these people are fake account. What about those who are real account? The people that you know their faces, the people that you know that they are the broadcasters, and the DOS have come to Radio Biafra to praise them. Now ask them, what is Chike Dozemu praising them for? Because they are coming here to call Simon Ekpa criminal. Why I am addressing how to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, another thing is that while I was playing the voice of our leader today, some of them also come. You are lying. It's a lie. It's a lie. Why they were hearing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about it? They say it's a lie. It's a lie. So these people don't want to hear anything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. But one thing is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out and people are going to be shocked. What you don't know is bigger than you. Is bigger than you. It's bigger than you. I am in this thing, inside. So what I'm doing, I am not doing it because I am guessing. Okay, I am not whatever I'm doing. I'm not doing it because I am guessing or I am suspecting. I know exactly what I am doing. I know exactly what I am doing. Exactly. This is not like I don't know, maybe I'm suspect. No. Every single thing I am doing, I know exactly. I don't just do something because I want to do it. Now listen to Malami.
In terms of being a solution for a problem.
You are humanist in some sense. Do you think that could be a solution to douse the tension in the region?
I have not assessed the security implication of that.
Okay.
In terms of being a solution for a problem.
Okay.
You are humanist.
So he have to assess the security situation to know whether releasing Nnamdi Kanu will be a solution or not. Okay? You have to assess the security situation to know whether releasing him will be a solution. So when he have assessed the security situation and there is no security situation, why would he then go and release Nnamdi Kanu free of charge? Why? But when he assess the situation, the governors tell him that now we are not getting revenue anymore. When he assess the situation, governors cry out, now all the revenue we are generating, they have a place ban on it too. Now, when he assess the situation and the governors are telling him, now Malami, we are negative. This guy is this serious. They will begin to discuss how to release him. And they will now begin to calculate the cost of keeping him. So Malami will now go to constitution and say, okay, well, now it is true that this guy really is something in that region. So keeping him here is really something. So we need to release him for public interest. The public interest now comes in. But when the DOS have decided that there is no public interest at all, apart from the promise of onu, just promise, onu, okwu, promise of political, you cannot get political solution without public interest on the ground. Background it. You put public interest issue in the background and the political solution. Because it is as a result of the public interest thing you put on the background that you will now use to negotiate the political solution. So when Malami assess this thing and it is not there, and the interest is not there, what does he got to lose? He will keep our leader there. All this thing is not what exposing like this. But it has come to the fact that I have to be making the expose. You know,